You know that feeling when your ex is no longer in your life, but somehow it still feels like they took something from you. Not just your time, but your peace, your confidence, maybe even the version of you that used to laugh easily. And even though the relationship ended, it's like they still live rent-free in your mind. If that's you, I want you to stay for this one, because what your ex took wasn't physical, it was emotional. And today, we're going to talk about how to take it back without ever needing them to return it. See, after a breakup or divorce, it's not uncommon to feel like a part of you is missing. You might say things like, they took my happiness, or I'll never be the same. But here's something powerful to understand. They didn't actually take anything permanent from you. They only borrowed the parts of you that were tied to who you thought you were with them. And I know it hurts. But that pain, that's your brain and heart trying to rebuild a new sense of self. A self that belongs to you, not to the relationship that ended. Let's break this down step by step, using a mix of psychology and a little self-compassion. First, let's identify what's really happening. After a breakup, your mind naturally clings to the familiar, the memories, the conversations, the what-ifs. You might find yourself replaying old arguments or checking their social media just to feel something. That's not weakness. That's your attachment system searching for safety in what it used to know. But here's the catch. That search keeps you stuck in a loop where your ex still holds emotional power over you. Psychologically, this happens because of something called emotional imprinting. When you love someone deeply, your brain literally rewires itself around that person. Their voice, their touch, their approval, all become part of your internal reward system. So when they leave, your mind goes into withdrawal, just like detoxing from a substance. That's why it feels like they took something from you. But what's actually missing is your brain's old sense of home. And here's the truth. You can rebuild that home inside yourself. It just takes awareness, not anger. Let me give you a simple example. I once spoke with someone. Let's call her Rhea. After her divorce, she used to say, he took my light. I don't even recognize myself anymore. But as we talked more, she realized that her light didn't come from him. He had just been standing close enough to reflect it. When he left, the light didn't disappear. It just stopped bouncing back the same way. So instead of trying to get it from someone else again, she started doing small things that reminded her who she was before the marriage. Things like painting, long walks alone, even cooking just for herself. And over time, that reflection came back. Brighter, calmer, stronger. So here's your reframe. Don't think of your ex as having taken what's yours. Think of yourself as someone who's reclaiming what was always within you. Every time your mind says, they ruined my peace, pause and say, no, I'm learning to protect it. When you catch yourself thinking, they took the best years of my life, try saying, those years taught me who I never want to be again. You see how that shifts the power? You're not their victim anymore. You're your own witness. You're standing up for your energy, your joy, your sense of worth. Here's a little truth that might sting at first. The people who take the most from us emotionally are often the ones we gave to the most freely. But that generosity of spirit, that ability to love deeply, that's yours. And it's still there, even after the heartbreak. So instead of guarding your heart out of fear, learn to guard it out of wisdom. So if you're watching this and still feel like your ex took everything, remember this. You're not trying to get it back from them. You're simply remembering that it was never theirs to keep. Healing isn't about proving you've moved on. It's about realizing you were whole before they arrived, and you'll be whole long after they're gone. Take a deep breath right now. Say quietly to yourself, I'm taking my peace back. Because you are. Piece by piece, moment by moment. If this helped you see things a little clearer, tell me in the comments. What's one thing you're taking back today? Your peace, your time, your self-respect. And if you're ready to go deeper, watch my next video, Why You Miss People Who Were Wrong for You. That one connects everything we talked about here in a way that might just change how you see your past forever. Disclaimer safe for YouTube. This video is for educational and emotional awareness purposes only. It's not legal, financial, or professional advice.